actually live? I don't know. This do not disturb thing. I'm going to have to do a little bit more research about this, I think. Because this appears to be working. I think we're live. Wait till you see it come up on yours.
What?
That's the old one.
No, that's me.
Was that current?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, cool. Good. So we can get started then. Happy Thursday, everybody. Live with Debbie and the crew. Max here, yay! Hello, good morning. Welcome to a dreary, rainy day in Canada.
Yes.
Yeah, it's good though. We need some moisture. We definitely need some moisture because it's about to get hot. It is about to get hot.
Oh my goodness. Hi, everybody.
Hello, everyone. Welcome. I've got some goopy polishes we're going to work on this morning, unless anybody has questions.
I'm just going to, kind of go over some FAQs and...
Yep, some cleaning your stamper tips and that kind of thing. So I'll just jump in. If you girls are here and you have any questions, please don't hesitate to just fire away. Leslie's on the stream over here. Louise is busily filling orders because Sarah Jane's off today, so we're down a member. Which means we'll probably be quieter, hey?
Yeah. Maybe.
Louise makes it rowdy.
Yeah, right.
Let's be real. Okay, so I've got a few polishes in front of me, and I wanted to talk a little bit about our polish because I know that we've had some questions about why is this all like white and milky and weird looking? That is because there's an extra amount of pigment added to these, and it's white, the base is white, but there's extra amount of pigment added to this stuff to make it better stamping polish. So yeah, sometimes they end up looking like this. So I hope, can you see that?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty clear?
Yep.
Okay. I had a question, but I forgot to write it down. Well, Mac, when you remember, just hit us up with it.
Yeah.
Okay, so if it's really important to you that these are all blended, because when you open this, if you look, it's perfect and ready to go. It's not, you know what I mean? There's not like white streaks through it.
No.
They just kind of stick to the outside of the bottle. But if that bugs you and you want to get rid of it, just add some extra mixing marbles. There are marbles in all of our polishes now. I don't know why that ever was a thing where there weren't, but it ended up happening, but we fixed it. So I always just scoop a couple extras when I want to do a serious mix and dump them in. Close it up tight. This one's nice and creamy, so I don't need to add any thinner to it. It's good. But then when you're mixing it, just picture where those little balls are laying right within the polish. And if you're wanting to get the front, get that white off of there, you can actually hear them.
Yeah, you can. Very...
jiggling back and forth. And it'll start to correct that really quickly. Okay, and then if you want to do the sides, just kind of roll it because the balls are heavy, the mixing balls, so they're gonna drop to the bottom. So you know it's scraping that side while you're mixing.
Yeah.
And I sound all out of breath like I'm working out or something. Deb's big workout. Mixing, stamping polish. That's really sad. Okay, so that's how you get rid of that little issue there, if that's something that's bugging you about your polishes. But as you can see, that's a super happy polish. We need to do some blue. That is really gorgeous. Okay, and I managed to locate one that was super goopy, because super goopy like this, actually even super goopy, not quite this goopy, is never going to lift, right? You're going to put that down your plate and hope that it's going to lift. It is not going to lift nicely. Okay, so what's happened is a bunch of the components in the polish have dissipated, likely while you have it open and you're using it, or if they've been sitting for a really long time. What we need to do is put those back in. Okay, so that dissipated ingredient that's gone, that's our thinner. Okay, so that's going to replace what has gone missing. So I'm just going to start with 6 little drips. Close it back up. There's already marbles in here. If you want to add a couple more, go for it. And when I'm mixing, I roll it between my hands. Now I'm I'm hugging my phone at the moment, so this is gonna be a little tricky. Hold on, I'll pop it up like this. So all I do is roll it back and forth. So if you picture that brush in there, it's gonna spin out and it's gonna help you mix everything.
Sarah, I do see your question about plate H114, and if Deb has time, we'll see if she can try to lift that.
Oh
image
yeah,
that
for
you're
sure.
struggling with.
Absolutely. That is what we're here for. Okay, so if you can see already, that was just 6 little drops. So I do that mixy mix, and then I usually use the brush to swirl it a little bit. And then you start bringing it up, and it's much better. Much, much better than it was. I think I'd almost go again though with a couple more drips. Maybe not. Now it's getting nicely incorporated, but I think it's still a little tiny bit thick. I would go a little tiny bit more, couple more drips, and you're good to go. Okay, because you're gonna spend the time lifting up images, you wanna make sure that your polish is in the right condition to be able to be successful, right? You don't wanna struggle with it and wonder what the heck is going on. And all the time, all you needed to do was thin out your polish a little bit. All the polishes are hyperpigmented, so they do get thicker quicker. Ooh, look at me making the rhymes this morning. Okay,
So this is the plate here, Deb.
all right.
There's an eagle head with a feather that she can't figure out. It's just above the French stamp on the plate.
Just above
The French
the
stamp.
French stamp. Okay, let me find the eagle. Okay, I've got an eagle head here. Is that the one you're talking about? Are there any more eagle heads? There's another eagle head.
Just above the French stamp on the plate. French stamp.
Just tell me quadrant. Top left, right,
Yeah.
bottom left, bottom right. Because we've got a bunch of eagles on here. They're in every quadrant. And a French stamp.
Oh, she said no.
What's a French stamp?
Is it, okay, if you're looking at the plate, which line is it on? Oh, it's the little one, bottom right.
Little one, bottom right. I'm talking about this guy here. That's not very little though. I'm guessing it's this one here. Okay. I'm gonna try and figure this one out too. Now, is this one on the plate? Or is this one on the how-to, the step-by-step? Let me see.
Oh, no.
Not that one?
No, it's the little one, bottom right.
This one here? Maybe it's that guy. I know. Dead air, dead air. Well, and it's funny because while we're waiting to find out if we're on the right one, I'm looking at it going, okay, how does this work?
It's in the middle, but the bottom. There is a step-by-step.
Oh, the French. Oh, for the love of goodness.
Yeah.
French.
Yes.
I'm picturing French words.
Oh.
French, right here. This one, right there.
Yes, that one.
Okay.
Yes, that
Oh my
one.
goodness, I'm so sorry. I don't know why I'm picturing French language. Good grief. Okay, so let's figure this guy out together because I don't think I've ever done this one. And it is definitely not on our how-to, the step-by-step guide. Okay, so let's figure it out. Let's figure it out. So let's grab a brown. Let's grab number 23. What other color are we gonna need here? So we're gonna need his beak. Do you want a great big golden beak? Let's go yellow. Not that yellow. Holy smokes, that was crazy yellow. Let's go this guy, 135. And then this, okay, that's definitely details, it looks like, for his eye and his beak. So that is probably going to be something darker. I'll just grab a super chocolatey brown for that. Oh, let's do this little shimmery one, 60. And then, okay, so for his wings, we're going to need a couple of browns, I'm guessing. A darker one and a lighter one. So maybe we'll even just use those two. Maybe we need an even lighter one. to give us some contrast here. Okay, so let's start with this guy. That's one of those milky ones that could use some mixing. Okay, so let's try this and let's put it on this guy right here. Okay, so I'm gonna pick up this first part. This one definitely should have been on the step-by-step. I appreciate you pointing that out, because next time we order the printer to do some more of these step-by-steps, we will add this to it. Because I'm even looking at it going, what the heck? Okay, got a little bit of fuzz on here, so I'll get that off. And pop that guy down first. Okay, and now we're gonna come with that second part, and it's gotta be part of his wing. I'm thinking this guy right here.
So there are mixing balls now in all the stamping. Yes, that's right. There should be mixing balls in every polish now. Like,
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Like, especially from color like 50 forward.
yeah.
Yeah, absolutely, because you need them. Okay, so we're gonna lift this guy up. He's darker. Let's figure out where he goes. Got fuzz everywhere. Oh, maybe I grabbed it was funny because I was gonna show everybody how to clean your stamper head, so maybe I grabbed one that needed a little bit of extra love. Okay, let's see where this guy goes. Now I'm gonna guess that it's gonna go up here in this wing because it fits kind of nicely right up into the wing to give the wing some detail. Let's hope I'm right, we'll see. Maybe? And then I think that this beak and eye go right into that notch there.
Oh, Sarah said on the other side of the step-by-step, that eagle head is to the right of the sunglasses. On the other side, I think, of the step-by-step.
To the right of the sunglasses. Okay. Oh yeah, now I can see it. Thank you. Okay, so but where's that second color? I don't see that second color. Okay, well, let's wing it. Yeah, but there's no, it should be in the step-by-step one that's this kind of different. Well, we'll see. Maybe it's not as different as we think. Okay, so in my expert opinion, the part right below his eye is what's gonna fit right into this notch right here. Like so. Oh yeah, because this is just his head, you're right. Okay, so that, can you guys see?
Yeah.
Why do I feel like you can't see?
Well, it's a little bit to the right, like you need to come just a little bit to the left.
You know what I need to do? Zoom in a little bit.
Yeah.
Okay, so I've just popped him down like so. Now I'm gonna lift up this last little teeny tiny bit here that almost looks like it's a scratch on the plate. I always say that.
Yeah, that's better Deb, when you zoom in.
Okay. It's funny how delayed it is, eh?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so now I'm gonna grab black because I want it to be super like serious contrast. Not sticky. There we go. Just a regular black. Okay, so underneath that one that we just put on, there's just these little scritchy scratches. So we'll grab them and come right in behind it because those guys are little teeny teeny. Little teeny teeny. You can even see his furrowing brow here now. He's got attitude, this guy. Okay.
Oh, Sarah said thank you. Now that feather makes sense. She had no idea where to put it.
Yeah, fair enough. Okay, so this furrowing brow, this little notch kind of goes right into the yellow part of his eye. And then that other little bit of detail there gives his beak some attitude. Okay. So yeah, that second layer there is literally just, I think, to give the feathers a little bit, to give them some more details. Just gives them some depth.
Oh, cute.
Yeah, super great little hawk or eagle head.
Yeah.
Yes.
Do you want to do how to clean your stamper head?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure. Yes, always. So back to basics. How to clean your stamper head for people who are brand new to stamping. You've got a clear stamper. We did a flat sticky pad, which is essentially what this little guy is. So when you've got, you're like, do you have any stamper heads you could clean? I'm like, yeah, there's some without tops on them. Ew. So when I do my nails, the dust is just yuck. Okay, so it's everywhere. So if you didn't put your cap on, like I didn't, and you end up with like a mess like this, obviously you cannot stamp with that. You don't want to use a solvent on this if you can avoid it. So the best way to go ahead and clean this guy is with either a sticky roller, or if you don't have our sticky pads, you can use a roller. But this is with a sticky pad, which is essentially just the same thing, only flattened out. So it's a little bit more convenient. It's not sticking to stuff. And if you can see through here, because you can't,
Right.
okay, it's pretty nasty. So I'm just going to push it down onto my sticky pad. Now, this sticky pad has been used quite a bit, but there's still loads of stick on it. Oh, and don't look at it because that's new stuff. Oops. I'm the worst. Or the best, I don't know. See, what? You can't see that. Okay. So I used it up because I don't want to waste it and completely have to use a brand new sheet to just clean it once. So now all I have to do is give it one more kind of roll. And look at that, she's already just gleaming. Now, something that I see people forgetting to do is, girls who post and make videos and that kind of thing. Sneak peek, exactly. Sorry, not yet. So don't forget, when you're making a video, or even if you're just trying to look through it yourself, never mind if you're making content, take it out of its little holder and look at all the on the back.
Max said I'm gonna go.
Ah, Max, you stinker. That's okay. You girls deserve a sneak peek. Okay, so now I'm just cleaning the back. So now the back is absolutely clean. Pop it back in your holder, like so. Oh, I've already like stabbed this one. But pop it back in there. And then to fully get it down, all you do is push it down onto your sticky pad again. And now that nasty stamper that you never would have used to do any stamping is completely clean and ready to go again. And you know what? Even with those little splits in it, I was working on probably something like this. And that's what causes those splits, is you push too hard on something that's sharp and it will split your jelly.
I know some people ask sometimes, like, can you clean it with soap and water and that sort of thing?
Well, there was this whole thing years ago. I feel like it was years ago. I could be wrong, but where people couldn't get them to lift. So they, instead of using proper technique, they were trying to fix the stamper. So rinsing it with water, soap and water, letting it dry, all these things. People were trying anything, and I applauded them, and it would help for sure. Now, if you're feeling like you want to wash it because for some reason it feels like it's not picking up properly, don't bother with that. Grab yourself a white piece of paper. Can you grab me one of those out of the printer there? Yeah. Just a piece of printer paper. Oops, don't lay it down on your sticky pad. Hence the word sticky. So this guy, just pull him out and flat down on a piece of paper overnight.
Oh, because it'll soak up the oils.
It pulls the oils out.
Right.
Yeah, so if there's extra oils, if we've made a batch and there's a tiny bit of extra oil, then that will pull it out overnight. You'll lift it up in the morning and there'll be this lovely little ring of oil. Is there any there right now? No, not really. But and that'll do the trick. That will pull out anything extra that trying to wash it with soap and water, or oh, heaven forbid you take a buffer to it. Oh, I've seen that, and that just makes I mean, hey, if you're not worried about seeing, then go ahead and do that because it does. It makes it cloudy.
Oh, okay.
You can see through it, but barely, right? So if you're not worried about that, I know too, if you're using it for some of the different techniques like chroming and that kind of thing, if you're going to use it for chroming where you put the chrome onto the stamper, then make sure that that's a head that you don't ever want to use for anything else again. Just set it to the side and leave it for just that purpose because it will kind of rough it up and then you won't be able to see through it. But are there any other questions? Stamping questions, plate questions? Hey, I can't figure out how to put this silly eagle together kind of questions. Because if not, I've got a couple things I could do. We could let you girls vote on it. I did a video the other day where I was doing this guy. If I can pick it up, we'll see. I was doing this guy and showing you how to use the postage plate. But then after I finished the video, I did a couple more. So I could show you how to do this one if you want, with the little scallopies on the French. That was a little thing. I'm about to actually post a little short video on Instagram about that. I should probably put that on YouTube too,
Yeah,
in the shorts.
Can we have another, oh.
Can we have another sneak peek? No! Wait, is there anything? No. No, I don't think so. Yeah, actually, so the sneak peek that you did get, that's all off one plate.
Is it?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. And it's coming soon, I promise. I promise. And there's a bunch of new stuff coming I'm so excited about. So the other thing I could do is I could show you how to do this guy with the rose. So, figure, you guys vote. Do you want one or two? Do you want me to do the French or do you want me to do the lines? French or lines, no one cares. What do I want to do? Either, I love them both. This is an older plate. This guy is plate CJS 194. Both. Okay, we'll start with the French and then we'll do both.
Okay.
I like that plan. That's a great plan. Okay, let's get this guy out of the way. That USA plate. That's such a good one.
Yeah.
I love that one. Lots of neat stuff on that plate too. Okay, so let's do the French guy first. Wait, do I have something to put him on? Let's put him on. This guy's already got a little bit of detail on him, but that doesn't matter. We'll put that on there because this is a little bit fussy. So it's a fun one to learn. I need number 2. So French white. Grab your French white. And this is plate number. Now we have a bunch of plates. I think there's like 6 of them that have this open tray in it for doing gradients or ombres. So that's what you're gonna want to do this. And this one is CJS 305. So let's put this guy on a post because that's gonna be a lot easier to deal with. Like so. Now, let's make sure this guy's clean because I don't know when was the last time I used him. Clean and dry, as always. And which stamp am I going to use? Let's use a little miss. That one's nice and cleanish. Okay, so we need a bunch of polish. So make sure you're not too stingy on the polish here because we do want to have a nice even coat. Okay, I'm not worried about filling the whole thing because I only need this one line. Go a little flatter until we get that nice.
Oh, it's out of sight.
Oh, is it? Okay. It's okay, good. Good, because there was a huge void in the middle when I did that. Oh, that's funny. Okay, I'm gonna do this again. I'm gonna use a little bit more polish. I think that's why I had the void, because I had to scrape a couple of times. Now, let me, hold on, get you back in here. Sorry, I'm going from the side, guys, so
Yeah.
it's good Leslie told me we couldn't see. Okay, so picking up the white, and I'm gonna use a bit more. Hadn't put enough in there. That's why I was struggling, I think, to get it to fill up. And I'm gonna go kind of on an angle, but see how I'm almost flat? And then I quickly go over top So it's the same scenario as when you're doing a super fine line, that you want to be really quick on that pickup and right in behind after you scrape. So once you get that nice flat scrape, you want to get in there and pick it up.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So now we're doing the French trick, where I go in and right in the center, the second it touches, I'm going to push it forward. And I'm trying to do this so that you can see and I can see. So there's my touch. And now I'm pushing up and towards the back of the nail to get that pretty little French line. Okay, and then that's what it ends up leaving behind. Is that little circular void. Okay, so that's the first step. And now, get that guy out of the way, I'm coming back to my postal plate. And I'm just gonna clean this. I'm gonna use this image right here. Now, we have, okay, this is a sneak peek all in of itself. We do have another postal plate coming. And this next one is going to have a line of these so that you don't have to pick it up twice. You can use that same technique I just used. But for this one, I'm gonna pick this up twice.
When you're done, Deb, I have a question from Matt.
Okay. Okay, so I'm just gonna pick this guy up as void free as possible, and then I'm just gonna remove, with the side of my scraper, I'm gonna remove both ends so that I just have that. Now I don't want that little dotty there either. Okay, so that's all I've got left, are that one little line of scallops, and that's what'll be on the next plate, is just that one little line of scallops. Okay, so now I'm just gonna touch this guy in the center. Hold on, let me bring you down here. Oh, I'm really zoomed in. Okay, I'm gonna bring you down here. And I'm just gonna touch in the middle, and I hopefully haven't fiddled around too much. And then I'm going to wrap that on top of the French that we've already put down. And you can see we've already got those scallops on that one side. Okay, so now I'm gonna lift that guy up again. I'm gonna have to move y'all though. Okay, I'm gonna lift that up one more time. Just that same little line of it. And we're gonna do the other side. And then we have a beautiful little French with scallops.
So Matt was saying, is there any chance we could have an image which is like a negative space, so the stamping polish is around an open oval instead of the usual oval being stamped?
Around an open oval. So, yeah, so negative space. Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah, I think so. Is there any chance we could have an image which is like a negative space, so the stamping polish is around an open oval instead of the usual oval being stamped?
Okay, so you're doing the other part of the nail. Is that right? Am I picturing that correctly? I think I know what you're saying. Okay, so here we are for this. We'll digest that, Mac, I promise. Okay, so now I'm just gonna come up to this guy and pop this one in right beside, shake it into place, and wrap it around.
Matt said yes, so the background polish shows through the hole.
Okay, interesting. I've never thought of that. That's a really cool idea, because that might be a nicer way to leave the curve behind instead of trying to create the curve from the front.
Yeah.
Ooh, I like the way you think.
And Fiona said that's so clever how you manipulate the image to fit the curve.
Yeah, pretty much. Now there's a little void in the center of this one, but you know what? Now we're gonna put, yeah, like a jewel. Okay, I totally get what you're saying, Mac. I love that. I'm gonna experiment with that for sure. Okay, so I've got a little void here, but it's okay. I'm gonna put a bow there, so I'm not gonna worry about it. And let's grab our little bow. Instead of doing a pink bow like I did with the other ones, let's do a purple bow. Is this one goopy? Ooh, no. It looked like it was going to be goopy. Hold on. Nah, she's good. Okay, so now we're going to pick up this cute little bow right here. Oh, that's really neat. That's a really neat idea. I'm excited about that. Okay, so she's thin, so I'm right in behind to pick that up.
Excuse me.
I should probably zoom out a little bit here. Because now that I've got it down in front of me again, might be a little much. Okay, so I'm just going to position my bow to cover that little void. Brand new to stamping.
Yep.
Yeah,
I
that.
had no idea you could do stuff like that with the curved scallop.
Yeah, it takes a little bit of practice, but once you practice it a couple of times, oh my goodness. And you can do it textured and oh my gosh, there's so many options. You can do it with any flat-sided image. And actually you can turn any image flat-sided with the side of your scraper. So yeah, it's really a neat technique to play with for sure. Discovered it quite by accident.
What was the other one you were supposed to? Oh, lines.
Yeah, this other one with the flowers and the lines. Okay, so this guy has one more layer to get this pretty little bow that's covering up my oopsie over there. He's really fine, so right in behind that one to lift it up.
Max said, I'm trying to create a negative space on one of my manis where I'd made jade nails, but it couldn't even out the sides.
Sorry, apparently I can't position and think at the same time. There we go. How stinking cute is that? And you know what actually I'm loving is the tone on tone in behind. I don't know if you guys can pick that up on the screen. I think you can, that you can see that there's actually some texture in behind. Thanks, Allison.
Yeah, that's super cute.
Yeah, that's a fun one to do. Just something different with that plate, right? Okay. So the other little one I was going to do here.
Oh, the lines.
Yeah, okay. So, can we stay zoomed in there? I think we can. Let's try that. We'll see if we can stay zoomed in, if I can work around my phone. Goodness, how long have we been doing this? And I still struggle with this stinking phone and getting it in the right place.
Right?
Well, yeah, and especially if you want it to be, I don't know, so you can see really well, because we're working in mirrors, right?
Yeah.
These darn things are mirrors. And coming from over top, people are like, well, just go from overhead. Well, but then you can see everything. All that equipment that's overhead, and then suddenly you're distracted, and yeah. So it's a fun game.
Matt was just saying, sorry, I'm trying to explain what I mean by the negative space being like a hole in the stamper area.
Yeah, no, I totally, I think I understand. I think I understand. She's probably listening to me going, no, you don't get it. You don't understand it all, Debbie. Okay, you know what, Mac? Do me a favor and write it in an email, just so that I can, digest what you're saying.
Yeah.
While I'm not trying to stamp.
Okay. What do you mean you can't multitask?
I know. What the heck? I'm supposed to be able to walk and chew gum. Oh, okay. So this guy, the reason I wanted to do this one, actually I had a question about it, is it's lines, right? Essentially this is lines. And some people struggle with picking up the lines and having them be straight. So this essentially, pretty little image here. See, mirrors. So it's a bunch of lines, and then it's basically a daisy chain of lines, and then the centers, right? So, let's hope I haven't bitten off more than I can chew. What do I want to put this on? This is kind of a big nail, but let's go ahead and put it on there. And then we can see the whole thing. We'll just do 1, 2, 3. Okay, so let's go ahead and pick up our lines. We want something that we can see. So I'm just gonna continue with this pretty purple here. What is this? 154. That was our outline for that bow. So I'm gonna use that as my lines. I'm gonna pick up the lines first. I don't know why, it doesn't matter. You can pick up whatever you want first. Do the flowers first, do the lines first. It doesn't really matter. I'm gonna cover them all. And then, am I gonna be able to come in here and do this without totally covering everything? Let's try that. Okay, so what's very important with lines is once you scrape, that you are there to immediately pick it up, okay? And you're gonna do a quick pickup. Scrape and bang. Pick it up really fast, deliberately, but you're still rolling. You're just doing it really quick, without hesitation. And then you don't end up with a bunch of wobbles in your lines. Okay, so I just cleaned that off. So now we got those pretty lines. So now let's go to our ginormous nail. That is the biggest nail I've ever seen. Come on, what can we put this over top of? It's not so massive. It just looks like a football field. It's crazy. Okay, so let's do this. Oh, I got a prettier one here. And let me spin you again. I'm making everybody seasick today. Okay, that's better. Now we can see, and so can I. Okay, so once you're hovering over top of your nail that you're wanting to put this on, it's the same thing. You need to be very deliberate. Now I've been talking a bunch, so let's hope it goes. 1, 2, boom. See what I mean? Like so. Give it a little wiggle. I'm gonna pull off slowly, make sure it stays. Oh, I just like that. Just the lines are pretty.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's now, I was gonna do white flowers, but let's do yellow flowers so that they pop a little bit more on this pink, since I changed the game back here.
Fiona said, I think a negative space hole, nail cut, sorry.
With a heart?
Yeah, with hearts image would be great for Valentine's Day. So you could do a smooshy holographic or gradient base, then stamp the negative space hearts.
And the heart shows through.
Yeah.
And the heart could be scalloped.
Yeah.
Yeah, see, I get what you guys are laying down. I like it. I like it. Yeah, I've been wanting to play with negative space stuff. We haven't done a ton of that because it's not necessarily super leery, but yeah, we're doing a few little new things, and that's one of them that we need to add for sure. Okay, this one's not too bad. This is 135. Now we're doing the same thing with the daisy chain, and you're gonna wanna do a similar situation, right? Because you don't wanna come along after you've lifted this up and they're kind of wobbly and they're not gonna fit in between your lines. So let's swing over here again. So same thing, right in behind, scrape and immediately pick it up. Very deliberate. Okay, if you've got any extras, doesn't really matter because this nail's not so wide that that's going to be an issue. And let's see if I can see from here, but I want you guys to be able to see more importantly. Okay, so line it up. Once I'm lined up and I'm comfortable with where those are sitting, I'm going to be deliberate and bang, down you go. Now, do I have enough to fill in over here? Yes, I do. Okay, so we need one more row. So instead of lifting it up all over again, because it's not really going to be complete over here, I'm going to use what's left at the top there and pop that in like that.
Cute.
I need a little bit more down at the bottom, so I'm just going to rotate my stamper and put that one in on top. And now I don't have to do another lift. That guy's already in there. Okay, so now all we need is a center. So since these kind of look, what's the word? Sunflower-esque.
That's it.
Sunflower-ish-esque. Let's just do a brown center, just so that they pop. more than anything. It's more about showing you exactly what I'm talking about than it is the colors we've put together. Oh goodness, sometimes I look at them after we're done, I'm like, oh wow, that's hideous. But at least you can see monotone Debbie. Good grief. Okay, so same deal. Picking these guys all up at once. Now, you don't have to pick these guys all up at once. If you want to sit with a dotting tool, and go ahead and dotting tool these in, because you don't want to have to line everything up, you can use a dotting tool. Super easy. They're going to be a little more uneven, but really, who cares? Does it matter? Okay, so I'm going to line up the ones right in the center. Hold on, let me swing you guys around again. Let's line up the one right in the center. And once I know that those are all lined up, then everything else around is going to be lined up too. Pretty darn close. Okay, these guys over here are only partials, so I'm not going to worry about them. Oh, hold on. Is there one there that... Yeah, we can see a couple of them. So let's just go boop. Stick them in one by one with just what we have left over. This poor little row is just the leftover row. But there you go. Easy peasy.
Yeah, that is fun.
Right, so I mean, you can picture that with any colors you want.
Mm-hmm.
You could do something for 4th of July and do it red, white, and blue.
Yeah, totally.
You know, anything you can come up with. All right, everybody. Are there any, what plate is that? That is CJS 190. Oh my Lord, that's small. 194. Nope, 196. Is it 194?
I think it's 194.
Hold on, it's on here. 194. Yeah. My glasses are not nearly good enough for that other one. Okay, so that's the 1B right there. So many pretty things on here. This is one of my favorite full cover images on any of our plates. Just these little side daisies. Mm-hmm. Oh, I love it. So pretty. And there's a bigger one, of course. Put it on another nail. Yeah.
Well, thanks for hopping on, everybody. And
happy Thursday. Yeah.
See everybody next week.
Yes, absolutely. If you have any questions in the meantime, please don't hesitate to pop them in the comments below.
Or send us an email or whatever.
Let us know what you liked. Let us know what you didn't.
Yeah.
We can take it.
Yeah.
We can take it. You're very welcome, Allison. Please, anytime you have any questions, do not hesitate to reach out to us. My team is pretty fantastic. I think everyone can attest to, they get back to you really quickly. And if they can't help you, then I'll jump on here on a Thursday, or we can jump on earlier if you're in a hurry.
Yeah.
And we'll make sure that we answer your questions and get you going. You're welcome, Fiona. Thanks for joining us. Love to see everybody. We'll talk to you all again very soon.
Okay, have a great weekend.
Bye.